Hello there and a very good evening. You're watching Prime Time News on TV1, coming to you live and direct from the Echelon Square this Christmas Eve. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dissanayake UPFA. Let's start off with a look at tonight's headlines.
73,000 in the north affected by adverse weather. Showers expected in more districts. SLFP focuses on broader alliance. Bus fares to be reduced from the 26th. Three-wheel fares also reduced. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif sentenced to 7 years in prison.
Certain parts of the island are experiencing heavy rainfall these few days, and we are now joined by Azra Ahsan, who is at our newsroom for the latest weather forecast. Over to you, Azra.
Thank you, Dasani. Like you rightly mentioned, we have been bringing you the latest reports about the weather situation in the country and how it has specifically affected the northern part of the island. Now, if we take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow at around 8:30 a.m., we can see that showers can be expected, especially in the northern and the eastern parts of the island. And 5:30 p.m., we can see that showers can enhance in the northern and the eastern parts of the island, also in several other areas. Bringing you more details about the weather situation, also about the weather forecast, let's now listen to what the Director General of the Department of Meteorology, Atula Karunaayaka, had to say.
There is a disturbance over the lower atmosphere in the island. It is now moving away from the island. But as of now, we are experiencing the northwest monsoon. As a result, the northern, north central and eastern provinces are at risk of receiving showers at any time. During the afternoons and evenings, most places in the island are at risk of experiencing rain. This is more significantly seen in the night time. In some areas, the rains may rise above 75 millimeters. There is also risk of thunder showers along the coastal area from Kankasanture to Puttalam.
Figures show that over 73,000 people are currently affected by the prevailing weather condition in the northern province. Now, according to the National Disaster Management Center, more than 10,000 people have been relocated to relief shelters. We have a comprehensive report for you. Let's take a look.
The Kilinochchi district is worst affected by severe rains which have been continuing for more than 3 days. An excess of 38,500 people within the Kilinochchi district are currently affected by adverse weather. 20 relief shelters have been set up in several areas including Ponnagar, Anandapuram and Panamankadi to aid those who have been temporarily depressed by floods. Many areas which come under the purview of the Kandawale Divisional Secretariat, including Dharmapuram, Vishwamadu and Masuramote, remain inundated. Rain continued to pour over the Mullaitivu district throughout today as well. According to the Disaster Management Center, 20,737 people have been adversely affected in the Mullaitivu district and 13 relief shelters have been set up. Areas falling under the purview of the Mullaitivu Puthukudiripu Divisional Secretariat also remain inundated. 3 relief shelters have been put in place to provide relief to those residing in areas which come under the Ottu Sudan Divisional Secretariat, including Muttu Vinayagapuram, Bandara and Perera. According to our correspondent, the Mana district is also receiving continuous rainfall. According to the latest statistics from the DMC, more than 280 people have been adversely affected by the inclement weather in the Vaunia district. Based on President Maithripala Sirisena's instructions, all relevant authorities, including the tri-forces and the police, have already taken necessary steps to provide relief to those affected by severe rains and flooding. A meeting was held this morning under the patronage of the Minister of Disaster Management, Ranjith Bandara, at the Kilinochchi Divisional Secretariat, at which he discussed about the current situation in the north.
We have to give priority to those who are displaced and provide them with food and sanitary facilities. We have already allocated finances required for such relief efforts. We will also work towards providing assistance to those whose belongings have been damaged, houses have been destroyed and livestock was lost. So, as a government, we have to work to ease the situation.
Thank you for that update, Azra. Now, Azad Sali made a statement today questioning the interest of the people's representatives to inquire into the well-being of the people who have been affected by the flood.
The people of the north have been adversely affected by the floods. 54,000 people are facing problems because of the prevailing weather condition. More than 8,000 people have taken shelter in schools. Despite all this, the TNA has still not visited these people. We saw MP Sumantiran's agenda. He is involved with the government, he is advising the UNP and the Prime Minister, and he also managed to seat Lakshman Kiriyalla. Everyone in the country saw his ploy. It is very sad that these ministers who managed to pull off that could not be there for their kind when they needed them the most. Members of the Tamil National Alliance attended a meeting with the Minister of Disaster Management at the Kilinochchi District Secretariat today.
Organisers of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party were summoned to the President's house today.
The President's Media Division said that the organisers were briefed about future plans and the party's restructuring activities in a meeting headed by the President. The President here emphasised that organisers need to take the leadership in order to strengthen the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, which will contest in the future as part of a broader alliance.
By next January, we will appoint the new organisers. We have already spoken and sorted out the internal issues in the party. Once we activate these plans, we will prepare to work for the future. Did those who joined the Flowerbud party attend? A few had come today. I think they all plan to join with the SLFP in moving forward. Are they happy to join you? They don't have an alternative, do they? They are more fearful of opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksha than they are of PM Mahinda Rajapaksha. If this partnership of Mahinda Rajapaksha and President Maithripala Sirisena continue, the UNP will be finished at the provincial, parliamentary and presidential polls. I have nothing to say. Nothing. What are you saying? I have nothing to say. No, no, no. We have begun the initial work on a broader alliance. The President informed us today. I will say in the future. No, I have no plan to join the UNP. I have always been of the stance that we must strengthen the SLFP. You may remember that even at the conference, we asked that everyone who left the house to return. Clearly, we saw how those who criticized the party and spoke highly of other parties are speaking now. They are again saying that they are members of the alliance. We are happy about them. No, they are in the alliance, but the country saw how they took membership of another party. They addressed meetings and was at the forefront of election campaigns. These are not things that we can hide. As per the calendar, it is the provincial council, then the presidential election. But be it even a general election, we are ready. We are building a broad alliance. There may be some opposition, but we must sort these issues out. Whenever we build a broad alliance, there may be a fraction created. As per the calendar, it is the provincial council, then the presidential election. But be it even a general election, we are ready. We are building a broad alliance. There may be some opposition, but we must sort these issues out. Whenever we build a broad alliance, there may be a fraction created.
වගකීතු ලේකම්වරයෙක් විදිහට මට පුරුදු නැහැ. ජනාධිපතිතුමා නැගිටලා ගියේ එතුමාට අද දැන් විදේශගත වුණා. දැන් මේ වෙනකොට ලංකාවේ එතුමා ලංකාවේ නැහැ.
The president left as he had to go overseas. He is not in the country. He had to get to the airport by 12. He made the speech, completed it and gave the chance to the next speaker before leaving.
දීලා තමයි එතුමා ගියේ.
Meanwhile, the Executive Committee of the UPFA gathered this evening under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The meeting was held at the President's official residence with the participation of several representatives from the UPFA.
This meeting is convened once in 3 months, which was the normal practice. However, considering the political situation in our country, it was decided to convene the meeting every month. We will form an action plan to strengthen the UPFA. All members of the UPFA's executive committee were present at today's meeting.
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් පොහොට්ටුවක් නැති නිසාද මේගොල්ලන් මේ ඔබතුමාලගේ සන්දානෙට එකතු වෙලා යන්න හදන ගමන?
නෑ එහෙම පොහොට්ටුව සම්බන්ධව නෙවෙයි.
No, there is no relevance to the Flowerbud party. All those who represented the UPFA, including Susil Premajayantha and Anura Priyadarshanayapa, were present for today's meeting.
ඇමතුමාලා ඔය නම් වෙලා තිබුණේ ඒ අය පවා ඒ වගේම අනුර ප්‍රියදර්ශනයාපා ඒ කණ්ඩායමයි ඒ සියලු දෙනා මේ සාකච්ඡාවට සහභාගී වුණාද එවතුමා? නෑ හිටපු ජනාධිපතිතුමා මේ
No, the former president is not a part of the executive committee and that is why he was not present today.
ඒ නිසා තමයි සහභාගී නොවේ.
වේදී විශේෂයෙන්ම කියලා මොනවද ගත්ත තියෙන්නේ?
ඉදිරියේ දැවැන්ත සන්දානයක් ගොඩනගලා
We broadly discussed on building a massive alliance and obtaining state power.
අපි පුළුවන් සාකච්ඡා.
ඔබතුමා පැහැදිලි නේද දැන් පොහොට්ටුවේ සමාජිත් එක්ක අරන් ඒක දැන් පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන නිසා ඔබතුමාලත් එක්ක එකතු වෙනවා කියලා. ඒක දැන්වත් පැහැදිලි
නෑ එහෙම අපි එහෙම ලඝු කරලා කතා කරන්න අවශ්‍යයි.
ඒ කියන්නේ ඔබතුමා දැන් සුද්ධ කරන්න දෙයක් නෑ. ඒක නේ ඇත්ත කතාව.
මට එහෙම කියන්න පුළුවන්.
I cannot make such a statement. We must go now. We cannot reveal everything.
හරි හරි හරි.
ඔක්කොම කියන්න බෑ.
පොඩ කියලා එන්නකෝ. පොඩ කියමුකෝ සර්. සර් අනේ සර් පොඩ කියන්න පොඩි
We decided to further expand the alliance. The division is now between those who love the country and those who do not.
Will the number of ministerial positions increase? According to the United National Party, 30 ministers, excluding the President and the Prime Minister, can be appointed. However, the UPFA has a different view on this matter.
John Amartunga assumed duties at the Ministry of Wildlife today, a ministerial portfolio which was previously held by Field Marshal Sarath Fonseka. I cannot state whether my appointment is temporary or permanent. It was MP Sarath Fonseka who was to be appointed to the Ministry of Wildlife. However, due to unclear reasons, this has been delayed. What is important is to ensure things are done in a timely manner. I cannot say how long it will take for these issues to be resolved. Everything will take place according to the President's consent.
Field Marshal දූරේ දේශපාලනයේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙමෙයි. මට සම්පූර්ණ නිදහස තියෙනවා දේශපාලනය කරන්න.
The title Field Marshal is not a hindrance to politics, and I have complete freedom to be involved in politics. So if others can shout and scold one another, I am too entitled for the same. It is wrong to confuse my title with politics. It is clearly stated in paragraph 43 of the Constitution that the President can only appoint ministers upon the instructions of the Prime Minister. The President cannot appoint ministers. Our names will be submitted to the President upon the instructions of the Prime Minister. The President is then compelled to approve these appointments. If these appointments are not made, we will take this issue to the Supreme Court.
එහෙමපත් නොකරොතින් අපි ඒක ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේදී බලා ගන්නවා ඊටු ටික.
මහජනතාවට ඡන්ද බලය වැඩි වැඩියෙන් ලබා දෙන්න කියන එකයි අධිකරණ මගේ.
His rank as the army commander was awarded by the leader of the state. He must have military discipline. As we know, a basic component of military discipline is respecting senior officials. I cannot make any statement regarding those who do not even know the basics.
ඊට අවනත වීම මූලික හමුදා විනය සිද්ධාන්තයක්. ඉතින් මේ සිද්ධාන්තේවත් නොදන්න අය කියන කතා ගැන මට කියන්න දෙයක්.
මේකත් නීතිය අර්ථ නිරූපණය කරන විදියනේ.
This is how the law has been interpreted. Even though it is stated in the Constitution, it must be defined accurately. Our point is that excluding the President and the Prime Minister, 30 ministers can be appointed.
30ක් ඉන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඒකයි අපේ තර්කය.
To console those who did not receive any ministerial portfolios, they have appointed non-cabinet ministers. It is clearly stated in the Constitution that more than 30 ministers can only be appointed in a national government. However, if it is a UNP government, the number of ministers cannot exceed 30. We will not allow them to play these games. Yes, and there are several other issues that we will take action against. Specifically, Ranil Wickramasinghe's shareholding in the Vijayawardena group and few other ministers who have obtained dual citizenship.
Several associations have decided to decrease fares of buses, three-wheelers and vans effective from day after tomorrow.
The government took steps to reduce the price of petrol by 10 rupees and diesel by 5 rupees. As a result, the IOC also took steps to reduce prices accordingly. Representatives of various associations met this afternoon to discuss giving consumers the benefits that now come with the lower prices.
As per
the agreement up to now, we have decided to reduce bus fares by 4%. But we will not reduce the minimum fee, which is 12 rupees. That's because there are 12 fixed costs in operating buses. These are things like tires and batteries. Fuel is only one component. This is why we have made this decision. The further distance has seen its charge fall by 41 rupees. School transport charges have fallen by 3%, while the price charged for the first kilometre has fallen by 10 rupees as per a decision by the Three-Wheel Drivers Association. All this is effective on the 26th of December. The semi-luxury and luxury transport vehicles on the highway will all see their charges drop.
Minister Sajith Premadasa presented a house to LPG Amara Indrumati Karunathilaka, who brought honour to the country in the Asian Para-Athletic Championships.
LPG Amara Indumati Karunathilaka is a resident of Polgahagama in Mariyarava, Monragala. Minister Premadasa also took steps to provide her with a house in the Angulana Sayurupura housing complex in Moratuwa so that she can attend her daily training sessions. I have a plan to come together with the Ministry of Sports to approach the sportsmen as administrators of the country. As a new government, we will go in search of these hidden talents. The Housing Ministry, which functioned inefficiently for 52 days, is now back. We are launching these programs and must take steps to provide houses to sportsmen at least every 2 weeks. I have to say, as I do all the time, we must keep politics separate from sports.
I have heard that Sajith Premadasa is a minister who feels the pain of hunger. I have won medals in sport, but I have more happiness than that today. This is a big strength to me.
Leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, Rauf Hakeem, addressed a gathering in Kalmune last night.
ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදී ජාතික පෙරමුණ නමින් නව දේශපාලන සංවිධානයක් ලබන සතියේදී අපි මැතිවරණ.
Next week, we will be registering a new political organization called the Democratic National Front. We have to create a structure to make the SLMC a formidable force within the new front to win a national level election. May it be a presidential or a general election, the main candidate is a priority. We are discussing on that particular candidate as well, but I am vigilant on speaking out over internal views in public. There have been strong views expressed internally. We are on the stance that we have to face any form of election with a clear intention on the aspirations of the people who voted for good governance. Everyone seems to have felt the path to victory in the upcoming elections. It is extremely difficult to keep it aside and emerge victorious. The TNA will contest separately in a general election, but if a presidential election is called, their decision will make a significant effect.
ජයග්‍රහණයක් ලැබීම ඉතා අසාධාරණයක්. මහ මැතිවරණය පැවැත්වුවහොත් දෙවන ජාතික සන්ධානයේ වෙනම තරඟ කරાવી. එහෙත් ජනාධිපතිවරණයකදී.
Let's now listen to some views expressed by the members of the Tamil National Alliance about the prevailing weather situation in the northern province.
Members of the Tamil National Alliance attended a meeting with the Minister of Disaster Management at the Kilinochchi District Secretariat today.
அறிந்த விடயங்களை நாங்கள் ஒப்படைத்து அதற்கான தீர்வுகளை நாங்கள் காண்பதற்கான தீர்மானத்தை எடுத்திருக்கின்றோம்.
அந்த பகுதி மக்களை சென்று பார்த்திருந்தீர்களா? அவர்கள் என்ன கூறுகிறார்கள்?
இல்ல இந்த பகுதி பாராளுமன்ற.
We came to see the displaced persons in the camps. No, the MPs from these areas have gone. We are working here to solve the problems as per the discussions at the Kilinochchi District Secretariat.
அதற்கான தீர்வுகளை நாங்கள் காண்பதற்கான தீர்மானத்தை எடுத்திருக்கின்றோம்.
கிளிநொச்சி மாவட்டத்தில் எத்தனை பேர் வெள்ளத்தினால் பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள் என்பது தொடர்பான புள்ளிவிவரம் உங்களுக்கு
இப்பொழுது கொடுக்கப்பட்டது மட்டும்தான் எங்களுக்கு தெரியும்.
இந்த கூட்டத்தில் கொடுக்கப்பட்ட புள்ளிவிவரம் தான்.
அதுக்கு மேலே மக்கள் என்ன கலநிலைமைகள் எவ்வாறு இருக்கிறது நீங்கள் நேரடியாக
இப்பதான் போய் பார்க்க வேணும்.
You have to go now and see. I also came here this morning with the minister. I asked them for more information.
மற்ற கேட்டீங்கன்னா சொல்லுவேன்.
The smash hit musical Mamma Mia is currently being staged in Sri Lanka for the first time in South Asia. Let's now take a glimpse at a screening of this world-class production.
Mamma Mia is a smash hit centered around the most loved songs by Swedish pop group ABBA. This show combines evergreen music, humor and an enjoyable storyline to keep you glued to your seats throughout its runtime. Over 60 million people in 440 cities around the world have fallen in love with the characters, story and songs from this classic theatre performance. Mamma Mia will be staged from the 22nd to the 30th of December at the Nelumpokuna Mahinda Rajapaksa Theatre. Yes 101 and Legends 966 are the official radio partners for this event.
Sports First Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
වසරේ දක්ෂතම පාසල් ක්‍රීඩා කණ්ඩායම School Sports Team of the Year ඉසිපතන රග්බි කණ්ඩායම
Is your team the best school sports team of the year?
Sports First Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
Of primetime news for tonight. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dissanayake UPFA MP. Good night.